Hey, welcome back to another review. I'm Renee. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for subscribing. Please hit like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell button so that way you can get the updates and notification when I post a new video. This is actually my second video that I'm doing for reality TV. I'm so excited. And I hope you guys like my intro music. You know, like, I'm just getting started. So that's what I've got for now. But anyway, of course, as I get better, and you guys give me some feedback so that way you keep coming back and I keep growing and we keep doing this thing together. So today I'm going to review Ready to Love, because I'm ready to love. I love that show. I love that show. I actually have another idea for a show just like this, but that's neither here nor there. We want to get into season 4. This is episode 12, I think. This is Meet the Family. This is when they make their decision about you know what they want to do. Do I choose you? You choose me? Are we going to live happily ever after? Whatever, however that goes. So first up, let me just say I love Ready to Love. This season has been very different. It's much different from last season with Calfani and Adriana and what's that dude's name? Jake. Why can't I remember people's names? See, that's why I have to write it down. Anyway, let me give y'all what y'all want. Vernisha and Joel. Okay, so Vernisha meets, Joel meets Vernisha's family. He meets the mother, the dad, and the child, the oldest adult child, the eldest child. I thought the meeting went really well. I really love Vernisha and Joel together. I think they make a great couple. Some people say Joel's a little suave and he's a charmer. Okay, that may be true, but every guy that has those characteristics and qualities, they're not always players. Okay, a lot of times I'll give you that, but it's still not an all the time kind of thing. And I think from what I have heard about Joel, even off the show, he seems like a really genuine guy. He seems like one of those guys that'll just check up on you, make sure you're okay. He just kind of becomes friends with everybody in the room, almost like he doesn't meet a stranger, but he's still very aware of the energy that he puts out. I thought the mom, she went right in. She said, listen here, what's your intentions, baby? And he was like, well, wait a minute. I can't even get a drink of wine or nothing. She went right in because you know what? Here's the thing. When you reach a certain age, you do not have time to play with these people. Okay? We will not be skating around the issue. We will focus on what we need to focus on and get right down to the point, because she has 3 children. He has 2 children that went through a very difficult situation by losing their mother. And we need to be very clear about where we want to go. And I need Vernisha. They felt like she really likes him a lot. And so, Vernisha, honey, I need you to go into this with both your eyes open. Yes, Joel, you too. But as women, you know, sometimes when we fall hard, we fall deep. And sometimes we can fall quickly when we really have been waiting. When you find a woman that's been in the waiting phase, the moment that she allows herself to open up and be vulnerable, and she allows a man into her space, she is ready to go in head first. Okay? I'm speaking from experience. So you have to be very careful in that space, because a lot of men are not sure what to do with that kind of energy. You know, they meet a lot of women who playing games, and you know, there's all these cold words and all this other stuff. But when you find that woman that has been through her experience, she doesn't want to engage in that kind of back and forth situationship behavior. She just wants to find her person that she can just relax and be stress-free with. It's beautiful, but it only works if given to the right person. So Joel, don't you do my girl wrong. I love me some Vernisha. I love Joel. He was very handsome when he came in. She said he smelled good. I was thinking, ooh, girl, I bet he smelled good. I bet he smelled good. And she confirmed it for me. So I'm here for it. Jason and Liz, oh, Lord. So let me just say, I'm very invested in this show. I've seen it all. I've seen the whole season. I'm doing a review as, you know, they're closing out the season because that's just how it fell. And this is when I made my decision. But am I the only one that don't see it for Jason and Liz? It can't be just me. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping, because Liz seems so... I almost want to use the word matronly, but maybe that's just the way that they want her to come off. Liz seems very grounded. She's faith-focused. She's 40, so I don't know if she wants children. She hasn't been in I guess maybe a serious relationship for 17 years. Jason is, what, 36 or something like that? They just seem like they on two different worlds. On one minute, he seems smitten with her. On the next minute, it really feels like he chose Liz because Kyra didn't choose him. I think Kyra really did like Jason. I think Kyra felt like she could do something with Jason. That's not the same as I am safe and secure. It just means that I've met a man that I can probably mold into being who I want him to be. And I think Jason was kind of that for her. I could be wrong. AJ, on the other hand, is another different story. But anyway, we're just doing Jason and Liz. Jason came in speaking those folks' language. He said, let me tell you something, baby. I know exactly how to get through to y'all. Y'all want Jesus? Do you want the word? Do you want the word? And he gave it to him. He came in praying, sprinkled a little holy oil on the table, and he got them right where they wanted to be. Now, of course, it has to be authentic. Nobody wants to be playing with the Lord. That ain't what you want to do with your life now. But it's important that they connected, and he did make that initial connection. Now, the brother-in-law came in, well, what's your favorite scripture? Okay. I don't like it. I'm going to just be honest. Do not come in here quizzing me, judging me on if I can remember a scripture or not, whether that determines my level of faith and my love for God. I just don't like that. You know, like me personally, I'm a Christian woman. I love God and all that other stuff. But it's not for you to decide where I am. That's between me and God. I mean, you do whatever you want to do. Now, if you're dating that person, okay, we do have to be on the same level. We have to be equally yoked and all that other stuff. But so what? I remember a scripture. So what? What does that mean? You know, I want to know about the character of a person. I want to know about the heart of a person. And just because you remember my birthday, or just because you remember my mama likes Chinese food, or just because you remember a scripture, doesn't make you that. That only comes with time and discovery through experiences. So I was a little bit put off by that. If that happened to me at the table, I would be like, child, where's my cheeseburger so I can go? So anyway, that part of the meeting went fine. Amber and KG and his brothers. Keenan, he seemed a little scorned almost, and maybe this was just for TV. My bet is that one of the producers said, hey, ask this question, because most people just don't come out in that aggressive manner to a woman that they're just meeting, that their brother has some kind of love connection with. Why hasn't somebody scooped you up? I can't stand that question, because it makes it seem like something is wrong with the woman because a man hasn't decided to choose her. But like Amber said, no, the question is, why haven't I let them? That part. You didn't think about that part when you asked her that question, because see, the decision is ours too. The man has to choose. The woman has to say yes to him, and then they move forward. But just because she has chosen to put her career first, work on her self-development, or whatever she has chosen to do, have fun, party, whatever, does not mean that, you know, something's wrong with her and why hasn't somebody snatched you up? And I'm just like, man, give me a break with all of that. What did he say? Why hasn't somebody scooped you up? Anyway, I just didn't like that. I really appreciated Amber's response. The other brother asked, is it real? Valid question. KG is a radio personality. I assume he's a pretty decent sized name in Houston. And, you know, women are women, and we just have to be honest about the stereotype that has been branded on many of us. But Amber, I think, is a focused young woman. I would love to know how old she is, because her and KG, they're a little different. But let's move right along to Kyra. Kyra, her mom and her friend, who is her bestie, or like her sister, who was a lawyer as well, they came, and AJ came to meet them. Let me just say something about this. Let me just say something about this beautiful mother Kyra has. Oh my gosh, this mom, she was so gorgeous on screen. She seemed like one of those old school mamas that when you came in the room, if she was sitting there, you got yourself together. You know, you sit up straight. You know, there was no cursing around her. She seemed like she sets the tone for the room, and I appreciate that. So thank you, mama, for giving us that energy. The sister or the friend, she brought up their representatives. Girl, yes, that's how you do it. That's how you put it on the table. She said, I don't know whether your representatives have allowed you all to see each other. And I would have to agree. I think Kyra is very guarded for whatever reason. Honestly, these two, Kyra and AJ, could just be very private people. I think Kyra comes off as a woman who wants to be sure. I think she knows who she is. She knows what she has to offer, and she's not going to accept anything less. And I don't blame her. And AJ should be the same way. He comes off as a very astute kind of guy. He seems like he's intelligent. He presents well. And I don't think he should take anything less either. I'm not sure he chose Kyra because he really liked Kyra. I think he chose Kyra because he had to choose somebody. Alexis was not his one because Alexis needed too much reassurance. She comes off to other people as very confident. But when in her relationships, I think she has some insecurities. Where that comes from, I'm not 100% sure. It's impossible to gather all of those things and answer those deep questions when you just see a few minutes of their life that's been taped over 4, 5, 6 weeks. But Alexis needed way too much reassurance for AJ. AJ is in the music business. He might be gone late or flying out over town, and he needs somebody that's just going to be like, okay, baby, I got you. You know, your dinner will be waiting in the microwave. Just come on home and wake me up when you get here. You know, not, well, are you going to be okay? And have to talk to him every 5 seconds. And, you know, did you make it in the car and do all that? Listen, girl, go to bed. You know, so Kyra, when she did come in, though, hey, listen, y'all, wasn't it beautiful? It was gorgeous. I don't know who set that room up, but he's playing a song. They've got rose petals. That definitely set the tone. Now, understanding that it probably wasn't his idea. He didn't set up all the decorations and stuff, but it was beautiful nonetheless. He played that piano. He played the heck out of that piano. I thought it was gorgeous when she came in and they were able to meet up with one another. The scene fast forwards, so skips over to KG meeting Amber's brother and her sister and her friend. What's wrong with her family? They said he said he's been in 4 serious relationships, and they said, woo, that's a lot. He's a grown man. How is that a lot? What, was he supposed to have 1 serious relationship all his life? Like, I don't understand how that became a lot. He's like, well, yeah, I know that doesn't pass you all's test. KG don't care about them people's tests. You can have as many serious relationships as you want to. You didn't ask them how many they've had. I bet they've probably had the same or maybe even more. It ain't even that deep. They asked him about how would he manage with her working a lot. She seems to be very work focused, like I said a minute ago. And I love this answer. KJ said, don't worry about it. I'm going to cover her. I'm not going to allow her to work herself into a frenzy. I'm not going to allow her to put more stress on herself than she can actually carry. As much as he recognizes, of course. And I think that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Cover your woman. Make sure that she sees like, hey, baby, hold on now. You just finished working all night. Now you want to get up. It's 3 o'clock in the morning and you want to work again. We're not doing that. I need you to lay down and rest and take care of yourself. KG, you on something. All right. Vernisha again. They meet Joelle's niece. She feels like they feel like she likes him too much. Whatever. Honestly, it's whatever. I mean, what's wrong with that? If you are ready for love, which is what the show is about, and she genuinely likes him and she genuinely has a connection, so now I can't show it because what? I don't know. And that's just the way that people are. I mean, I'm not gonna act like I don't understand. I definitely do. I just wish things were a little bit different. The scene shoots again to Kyra meeting AJ's mom. Mama said, listen here, little girl. You gonna give me some grandbabies. Yeah, that's what she said. She said, you gonna give me some grandbabies. And Kyra in her mind was thinking, no, ma'am. She was thinking, no, ma'am. Not right now, I'm not. So I did appreciate the mom being honest about saying AJ takes on projects. That's understandable. He's an intelligent man. If he wants something, he goes after it. If he wants to learn something, he'll teach it to himself. And then when he gets bored with it, he puts it away. That's not what we need. That ain't what we need. That's not what Kyra's looking for. So go on, Kyra. Now, when it got to the part where Kyra didn't choose AJ, I was thinking to myself, first of all, you know, they cut to commercial, but then when they came back, I was like, oh, Lord, is she going to choose him or is she going to say something about Jason? I wasn't really sure, but I was very excited to see that she was honest. Oh, my gosh. It was probably the most honest moment that they had on the show. A woman who has said to herself, I know what I want. And I feel like I know it when I see it. And I haven't completely seen it yet. So instead of taking a substitute, I'm going to say, no, not right now. And that doesn't mean she said no to AJ completely. She just said, let's take our time. Let's give it a little bit more time so we can begin to discover enough about each other so where we can honestly say we choose each other based on what we know. Not because of the cameras, not for ratings, not for a TV show, but because she wanted to be with him and he wanted to be with her. Girl, smart. Smart. I absolutely love it. And I think she felt a little bit more comfortable to say that because when she walked in the room and he touched her on her arm, that's just reaffirming it's okay. You know, it's okay. I got you. Don't worry about it. He complimented her, so she felt a little bit better. And you could tell it was really hard for her to say what she had to say, but I was happy to see her stand up and actually do that. So kudos to you, Kyra. I think you a bad girl. Jason and Liz. Jason meets the mama. No, Liz meets the mama, excuse me. Mama goes in and asks right about the finances. I think those are excellent questions. Sometimes we're only worried about, have you cheated? 99% of us have. Or they're worried about, are you married? Or, you know, how are the kids going to get along? And all of those things are relevant. But finances and how you handle your money will definitely make or break you. Now, is that so much mama's business? No. So it kind of came off as a weird question. But if Jason is not the kind of guy to dig deep into that, then I can maybe understand. Or if mom is into the finance industry, I can understand why she would ask that question. And I thought Liz handled it with grace as always. I don't have no gripes about Liz. Honestly, I don't. Other than the fact that I don't think her and Jason go well together. I think she's in a whole nother phase of life. She comes off as too old for him. That's not a shot against you, Liz. It's just saying that, what did Rashid say on the last show? Different ages and stages. That's what I really think this is. Jason is enamored by you for some reason. I think you call him to be what he's always wanted to be, but that isn't what he is right now. And so I don't know if I see you two going the distance. I can't wait until the reunion comes on so I can see who's actually holding hands and sitting next to each other. Let me see what we got. Okay, so anyway, Joelle and Vernisha, they meet in the park. He brings the flowers, and he chooses her in a very Joelle fashion. He basically says, hey, baby, you know, I'm going to choose you, okay? I don't even know if he used the word choose, but I'm going with you. I think he said something like that. And I guess you got to understand the man. If that's his language, that's the way he talks, then that's what you're going to get. And he's saying yes. He's just saying it in his own way. And so you just have to understand that. But one thing I loved about Vernisha's response, and I think a lot of women don't do this, is when you've been single a long time, it's important that you give your children an opportunity to see the other side of that coin. Yes, we want them to see us as women or men being strong, being independent, taking our time, trusting God, going through our journey, understanding who we are, self-evaluation and analysis. All of that works. Yes, it's true. However, it's also very important to give them the other side of that. Show them how it is in a relationship when there is affection. Show them how to resolve conflict in a relationship. Show them what it looks like for a man and a woman to love each other. And they're not going to get that from you being single and independent and all my independent women. They're not going to get that. They're not going to get that from you being a player in the street and you having this woman and that woman or whatever your decision may be as a man. They really do need to learn how to be in relationship with someone on an intimate level. And there's no better place to learn that than right there at home. So I really like that about Vernisha and Joelle. I'm glad they chose each other. Now, I did see in that little snippet that they were sitting beside each other. Looks like they was holding hands, so my hope is that they're still together. KG meets with Amber, brings the flowers, calls her a goddess. Can I tell y'all something? KG is fine. Fine, I tell you. Fine. I mean, he's a little bit too skinny for my taste. But the brother dipped him in chocolate. God said yes and sent him on his way. And I appreciate having that fine thing on the television. So thank you, OWN, for giving us a little something, because y'all really outdid yourselves last season with Calvani. And I think, was it AJ? Was it another AJ on the show? I think. And Jay was on the show. Okay, yes, y'all really brought it this season. Not so much. There was no real eye candy on this season. But KG, he came back again. He gave us a nice little suit. He gave us some style. He gave us some chocolate. He gave us, you know, some natural earth energy. And I was here for it. And I'm glad they chose each other. And that celibacy thing don't look like it's going to last too much longer. But okay, KG, you going on with your bad self. All right, and then we get down to Liz and Jason choosing each other. She looked beautiful. She looked absolutely beautiful. He comes in with his signature white roses and his lying self about how he chose her weeks ago. But I ain't going to hold it against you, Jason. He seems like a romantic guy, a little corny, you know, a little uncertain about himself, but he still seems like a really nice guy, you know. And Liz had to stand there and pretend like she didn't hear this person walking up behind her. Like, come on now. Who just stands there the other way, facing this way, when you hear somebody coming up behind you? But whatever, girl. We was going to pretend right along with you because we know that production told you to act like you don't see him. So Liz made it very simple. When she chose Jason, because after he said, you know, I choose you or whatever, and he said, you know, it's time for you to make your decision. She said, I choose you, baby. We don't even have to go through this long spiel. Let me just tell you right now, I choose you. And I thought that was very smart. It was very Liz-like of her. And I thought it was lovely. She looked beautiful. I'm looking forward to the reunion for real, for real. That's the truth. I've seen the whole season. I can give y'all my thoughts next week when they do the reunion. Even though this was labeled as reunion part 1, that was not a reunion. I don't know who said that, that was just the closing of the show. But next time, I'm going to tell you what I thought about each and every person on the show, from Dietrich to Tressa to Alexis and Andrea and David. Ciao. But anyway, that's my thoughts on the Ready to Love show. That's my review of the show. I am rooting for Vernisha and Joelle. I appreciate Kyra standing in her truth. AJ, you seem like a decent man. I hope that love finds you and that you are open to it when it comes. Not sure if you and Kyra are still together, but something tells me the answer to that is no. Jason and Liz, I don't know if I'm rooting for y'all. Y'all just a very weird couple, but I don't know. Maybe that's just the way it comes off on television. And KG and Amber, I don't know if I'm rooting for y'all either. I mean, I want everybody to be happy. So if that's what you choose, if you like it, I love it. But for me, in my opinion, I don't know that they go so well together. Amber seems very young. KG is a little bit older. She seems like she still needs to have a little fun. But I'm kind of like maybe 60-40 on them, because it seems like she rides his vibration. You know, she gets him, she understands, and they can kind of come along, and there's not so much combativeness in the relationship where this person is trying to win and this person is trying to win. And that's important when you're talking about a cohesive relationship. So I'll even increase it to 70-30. 70-30. I'm 70% in support, 30% not. I'm 100% in support of Joelle. I'm Jason and Liz. Y'all, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Anyway, that's Ready to Love, my review. This my second one. Let me know what y'all think down below. Comment and tell me where I went wrong and where I went right, because I like it when you give me a little bit of both. Anyway, I'm Renee. I'm out, and I will see you guys next time.